What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a all my love reading for the sign of Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, you guys are last but not least on the zodiac lineup this week. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. Just so you guys know, I've been saying it all this week, but if you're jumping around your readings, this is your permanent spot for your reading, okay? Um, Pretty much every first week of the month is when you can anticipate your readings, instead of you kind of waiting around or wondering when your reading is, okay? And I've just been saying that just in case people are jumping around on readings and just, finding out. I have some additional channel updates, but you can find those on my playlist on my channel, Greetings and Exclusives. That's where I put all channel updates, okay, that are going on. They don't usually run very long. It's just there are some changes going on, okay. The All My Love readings have taken the place of the Tap Into Your Souls, because I've pretty much ran through the entire Soul Cards 2 deck with the exception of a couple of cards, and my ancestors gave me some channel messages. It's time to move on from the Tap Into Your Souls. People are now healing and removing that toxic energy from them. So you guys are now focusing on, loving yourselves or beginning a new relationship, things of that nature. So this reading is taking the place of that. If you're still interested in tapping into your souls, or you feel like you still kind of need some kind of like therapeutic healing, it's pretty much like therapy through tarot. So you can by all means go on my channel and look up the Tap Into Your Soul readings and go through them. There's at least 70 of them, okay? So this reading, we're going to go ahead and get started. It is just it's similar to the Dreamcatcher read, okay? So kind of the same thing, but just surfaced around love, okay? So one from the top in reference to your energy, one from the bottom in reference to the energy of the situation and or person, okay? And then one energetically from the middle, it's a particular card that I'm trying to get to, sorry guys, okay? And this card from the middle is the energy between you and or the person, kind of like the end solution, if you will, okay, between you and the situation and or person, okay? You guys, I'm running on fumes here, so bear with me, okay? So we have willingness for your energy. We have harmony for the situation and or person, okay? And then we have satisfaction, okay? Very nice energy. I will say so far this is a new deck, okay? Really liking it. It's kind of like an oracle deck, if you will, okay? And so the description is already on the cards, but I will say so far tonight, each sign has had a different set of cards, so the energy is very strong within these cards, and within each collective. So let's get started with willingness, okay? That is where your energy is right now, okay? Willingness, or whenever you see this reading. Willingness, you are able to compromise if the end result is love. You are able to compromise if the end result is love, and that is with willingness, okay? So compromise is on the table for you, Scorpio, as far as, kind of coming to some form of negotiation between you and your person or situation, okay? As far as the end result is not just love, but positive, okay? And that's if you're willing to and having the willingness to do so, okay? Not leaving it on the other person to do and the other person not leaving it on you to do. It is a compromise, okay? Meaning being able to work together with another person to have a result of love, thus the satisfaction towards the end, okay? So next, the situation and or person is harmony, okay? Harmony says you are able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. You are able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Harmony. So the situation at hand, okay, and it could also be your person as well. Get in where you fit in, okay, however you make it fit for you, okay. Take what resonates and pass the rest. Harmony in a sense of being able to see the positive of the situation and wanting, again, talking about that willingness to have harmony within your relationship, okay? Taking the ups and downs and making a positive out of them, okay? Because at kind of like carrying on from Cancer's reading is taking ownership, okay, on both ends in order to kind of have an understanding between you and the person and or the situation, okay. Definitely kind of like a hangman vibe going on is what I'm feeling for your reading, for this All My Love reading. Seeing things from, being able to see things from a different perspective, I feel would allow harmony to where you're able to feel that loving, balanced connection with everything, okay? It's being able to accept everything within the relationship, okay? Next is satisfaction in regards to the energy between you, the situation, and or person, okay? So you let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are, okay? You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are, okay? That is obviously, kind of touching on codependency, okay? That kind of came out in Cancer's reading, so you may have Cancer in your chart or dealing with a Cancer, but you don't have to be, okay? Being able to be satisfied with who you are, where you are in your personal life, in your connections, things of that nature, okay? Where you're not worried about how people define you, because you define you, and you are satisfied with where you are in your life and in your connections, okay? So this leads into satisfaction, okay? And it could be also a situation of your person possibly in the same mindset, okay? So what is Scorpio focused on? What is the Scorpio collective focused on? We're going to get into the Island Time Wellness to find that out. We're going to do one from the top and one from the bottom, okay? You can take both of these, of course, for you, messages for you, as you should. It's what you're focused on right now, okay? Or the main focus surrounding this situation. First message is boat. The first message is boat, okay? Boat says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, closure issues, okay? So kind of like a Six of Swords energy with this boat, okay? Making progression with the sense of talking about this compromise and having a willingness to compromise, okay? Trying to possibly move on from something, okay, that may have caused a disharmony within your life, okay, in trying to kind of do some type of cord cutting, in a sense, energy cord cutting. You can look that up for yourself, Scorpio, if you're interested in that, as far as like dealing with your past, okay. So whatever, or any insecurities, things of that nature, okay. And it's time for you to start receiving what you need and gain some progression in your life, like I said, with this willingness to compromise, okay. Second message is ascending. Ascending. You have a little girl here holding balloons and floating up, okay. Transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union, okay. And so you can kind of put that with harmony and satisfaction, okay. Very nice energy, a nice combination going on here, Scorpio. I feel like this is more so dealing with your mental state, okay, mental and emotional state, but I'm feeling a strong mental energy, okay, because you tend to be in your head a lot, Scorpios, and you know, this is not shaming you or anything like that. It's just a trait of Scorpios that you kind of get in your head and have high insecurities with yourself, and most water signs do. The reason why water signs struggle with insecurities is because of the fact you're a water sign. Water is dealing with emotions, okay, and so your still waters run deep, okay. And most people wouldn't know this because you do have a tendency of being able to cover your emotions how you truly feel, until you know you may have a possibility of like boiling over sometimes because of the obstacles that you've had to face, okay. But with boat and ascending being here, as you know, boat stating progression, and arriving, I'm focusing more so on the positive standpoints, okay. And moving on isn't negative because you're moving on from the transcending from the obstacles and learning, okay. So you have a tendency of doing that as well. It just takes you time, okay, to do so, because you constantly tend to battle and review things a little bit deeper sometimes, and sometimes you go way too deep down the rabbit hole and make a hard left and get lost in, you know, the negative and the dark space, okay. And so I'm strongly suggesting that is from, you know, dealing with your shadow self a lot, or dealing with shadow work a lot, when that happens, okay. In which we talked about shadow work about maybe like 2 months ago in the monthly manifestations, okay. But these two together, like I said, I feel is a very good combination of healing going on, okay. And so it's really good energy that you have here, Scorpio, with these two cards, okay. So that being said, let's go ahead and get into the romance angels. Both Island Time Wellness and the Romance Angels are pretty popular when it comes to love readings throughout the tarot world. The question here is, what is the outcome of the energy? Okay, what is the outcome of the energy for Scorpio? We're going to do one from the top and one from the bottom, okay? The first message is attraction. First message is attraction, okay? It says you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, okay? Attraction is here. This person is, this woman is here smelling the roses, okay? So it's, of course, that saying of, you know, take the time to smell the roses, okay? And just enjoy the moment, okay? Whatever that moment may be for you. It could be a moment of self-love, like it says with this satisfaction here, okay? where you're no longer looking for self-approval. You are confident in who you are, okay? Like I said yesterday in your ancestor read, it is perfectly fine to be confident in who you are. Just do not get overly confident, as in cocky, okay, and conceited, okay? It's okay to uh, have a self-approval, as you should, self-care, self-approval, knowing your value and your worth because you worked hard for that, okay? Just don't kind of degrade other people, or or demean or look down on other people just because you're finally at a good place in your life mentally and emotionally, because it did not come without difficulty, okay? So be grateful for the moments that you have, as far as getting to this moment of attraction, okay? And you may attract some potential energy for some of you Scorpios, who are, in a position to be willing to open up to a new relationship, okay? Friendship wise, or reunite in a sense, okay? As we're talking about arriving with this vote and preparing for union, okay? So you have finances and career in your second, okay, in your second message. This came up in Cancers, but it was over here on the other side, okay? Finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now, okay? That may be, for some of you Scorpios, in the sense of um, wanting to get yourself in a more stable job, okay, or profession, okay. Maybe you're working towards something specifically, and maybe that's an obstacle for you, okay, or you may be expanding, okay, or wanting to expand into a different profession, okay, because you're wanting to have a more fulfilling relationship, maybe have more outings with your person, possibly, okay? Um, as boat could also signify traveling, okay? As I said, arriving, okay? Um, you may be doing a lot of that, and so you may need to save up for that, okay? Wanting to provide something to someone, okay? You may think that money can bring a little bit more harmony to the relationship, okay? You may feel more secure financially, okay? In your relationship, if you're able to expand on your professions, okay? Maybe learning a new skill, things of that nature, okay? But whatever it is for you guys, Scorpio, it may, be an issue now, but don't let it, put a hindrance on your love life, okay? Like I said, in Cancer, there's plenty of things that you can do that don't cost a lot of money, and you can also share the responsibility, and not really responsibility, but if you're not married to someone, you can share the finances of, doing stuff together. For me personally, I love like little, picnics and staying in, and maybe making something, making dinner together, things like that. And doing movie night. With the way the world is now, even though things are opening back up, people have gotten kind of accustomed to doing movie nights at home with streaming services. Like, I'm always down for like anime or stand-up comedy at home, action movies, stuff like that. So I love little sceneries like that. You can literally have your little popcorn and blankets and just vibe at home sometimes. There's inexpensive things that you can do that don't cost a lot. It's more so about quality time, okay? Not so much about finances. So try not to stress too much about having the proper finances to do certain things. While you believe your person deserves those things, does not mean that you can't work towards those things together, okay? So that way it's a 2 for 2. You know, if your person knows that you think they deserve to be taken on an extravagant trip, then let them put in on that trip, okay? Don't always think that your person needs you to do those type of things for them. Do it together. This is something that was also said in Cancer's reading, okay? So again, this is kind of energy coming over from Cancer into yours, which means you may have Cancer in your chart or dealing with a Cancer, okay? So just kind of consider that. There's plenty of free things that you can do. Look for free events around your city. I don't know. I know before the pandemic, there were like free concerts of like maybe underground artists, things of that nature, festivals, things like that, where you can just walk around a festival or something, and just, you know, enjoy the sights, things of that nature, and just go to a park, things like that. There's plenty of things you can do that are free 99, okay, that don't cost anything. But it's all about the quality time and the experience together, not so much about the money that's spent, okay? So that being said, Scorpios, that's really all that I have for you guys this evening. The energy shout out is already taken for Sunday by Libra. They are the last ones to get a energy shout out. However, you guys can go on my channel and look up the energy shout out playlist. Because you guys already have one. After this Sunday, after Libra is done, it will be a free for all where I will start doing just a random pull for different signs on Sundays to get energy shout outs. But until that time, you can definitely go and check yours out. There's crystals of assistance, a daily message, and also just a check of where your energy is. But one is already available for you guys if you'd like to check it out. Okay, so that means until then, I will not see you guys again for a full week of readings until October. Okay, so until that time, peace.